Hi guys, welcome back to my video, to my channel video. This is Betty, owner and creator of Betty's Custom Design here on YouTube, Etsy, Facebook, and Instagram. And so as promised, here's the tutorial for this. So let's take a look at the prototype. I'm not sure that we're going to do all of the decorating today because I do have church tonight. I know I think I'm playing the drums, so I have to be there all the time. So this is, it's a little hard bound, or it's not really even bound, but it has a hard cover. It opens up like this with the pocket and tag, a little belly band tag stuck in that pocket. We have another pocket here. We have a pocket here with a tag down in the middle there. This is a pocket with a little journaling card, another little tag. This page actually opens like this, and you do need at least one to open like this for the journal to open properly. And then on the back page, we have this little flip with a glassine paper covering that. So let's get started. And I have, let me see if I can find something here. We'll use this. Okay. So here are the instructions, and I think I have pre-cut everything. I hope so. So the first thing you need are your 2 pieces of cardboard. This is a heavier chipboard, but you can use a cereal box. You can use a really good heavy cardstock, either way, but you want it at 5 inches times 5 inches. And then the next thing you're going to need, and you need 2 of those. And then the next thing we need is the covers. And so this is what I've picked for my cover. And these, you need 2 of these at 6 inches by 6 inches. So let's work on that first. And I'm going to set this to the side and set this to the side. Okay, so this is all we need to do with this. And it's actually fairly easy. Thankfully, but when it gets done, it looks a lot harder than what it is, and I love that. And I'm gluing my mat down as I always do. So I'm just putting probably overkill on the glue. I always do. And so all I'm going to do is just take this, and I just want to center it up as much as possible. And that's it. Okay. Now I'm just going to flip it over. I'm going to hold pressure a little bit so it doesn't like move around. And I'm just going to spread my glue out. So I like to make sure that it comes out the edges so that I know I got everything covered. Okay, and I'm just going to set that one to the side for just a minute, and we're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing to this one. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this one real good. So I hope all of you guys are having a wonderful weekend. My weekend is just about over. But the good thing is I'm at a job that I don't mind that tomorrow's Monday. I don't mind going to work. So that's always a good thing. So once again, I'm just going to try and center this up as much as I can. It's not the end of the world if I don't get it completely centered, but my OCD likes it real centered. Okay. I think I moved it. No, I guess I didn't. Okay, so we're going to set this one over here and let it dry. And now we're going to work on this one. And so the one thing I want to do is I just want to like miter these corners just a little bit. And that's just so that whenever I fold it down, I'm not going to have a bunch of bulk. Alrighty. Now the next thing I want to go ahead and do is I want to just, I apologize about my doggies. I just want to go ahead and get this bent a little bit so that it'll be easier when I go to fold it. Now, you don't have to use tape. You can just use nothing but glue. But I found that when I used just glue, it took a little bit of time, you know, for the glue to dry. So what I like to do is use a little bit of score tape. And I'll put a little bit of, and this is, I think, the 1/8 inch score tape. And I'm going to put a piece on the edge of the cardboard there. And then I'm going to put a piece right here at the top edge of the actual paper. And that's just going to help hold it down until the glue dries. So if you don't have score tape, this is not something that you have to do. But for me, especially when I'm, you know, working in a hurry, this is the best way for me to do it. Because the first cover that I did yesterday on the prototype I showed you guys, I did not use the tape, and so I had to sit there and work with it until the, because you know, Fabri-Tac, you have a little bit of time before the glue grabs and holds real good. I mean, you don't have a lot of time, but when you're working on something like that, it seemed like it took forever, which I know it didn't. But when you're impatient like I am, it seemed like it did. And I am not sure what I done with my little pokey tool. And I have like 1,500 of them around here. But I don't know what I done with it. Let me just see. There it is. Okay, I found it. You guys can stop looking. I found it. Okay, so I'm going to do this flap and this flap first. It doesn't matter which one, but I try to do, like, if I'm doing one side, I do the next side next, and then that. So let me just peel this off. And I'm just using my little pokey tool to help me out there. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my Fabri-Tac, and I'm going to put it on that area that doesn't have tape. And then I'm just going to fold it over real good. And then here's my bone folder. And so, I mean, if you're using the tape, you really don't need the glue. I just like the glue. So let's do this side. And we're just going to do the exact same thing. And try not to pull my tape up. I always manage to do that somehow. Okay. And then I'm just, again, just a little bit of glue right there. And because I have the tape, I really don't have to put a lot of glue. And then I'm just mashing it down real good. Okay, now let's do this side. And these are actually very fun to make. And because if you don't put a lot in it, you can actually send these in mail as a flat. So it makes great happy mail. These would make cute little birthday type cards, even Christmas cards. Because you could put, you know, if you don't know what to get somebody and you're giving them a gift card, you can do something like this, and then you can stick like gift cards down in the little pockets. And I put too much glue because it's not wanting to let my tape stick. Probably should have done just tape. Let's see, we might try just tape as I'm pulling the glue. Lord help me. That's what happens when you try to rush. I always make mistakes. So we're going to try this one with just the tape and just see what it does. Okay, so yeah, that's better. So we'll just do tape on the other one. Okay, so there we go. We've got one cover done. And we're not doing anything to this because our page is going to cover it. And I'll show you that shortly. But let's go ahead and do this. Miter the corners on the next one. And this is just to prevent the bulk. Okay. And now we're just gonna go ahead and get it folded. That just makes it easier for me. All right, and I'm just gonna do the tape, and I guess I'm just gonna use tape only on this because I tend to put too much glue, and I'm just gonna go ahead around, and then I'll go back over the paper. Yep, I always tend to put too much glue, and so it just, I don't know. As expensive as Fabri-Tac could be, you would think that I wouldn't do that, but I still do. And this score tape is some good tape. You can get this, I know you can get it from Scrapbooking with Me on their website. And there are other places to get it, but I know you can get it from Scrapbooking with Me. And I am taping myself to this tape. This is some sticky stuff. And I have this in almost every size you can imagine. In fact, I just got some 3-inch wide score tape the other day. And it's really good when I'm wanting to cover, you know, like a large area. Works really, 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 really good. And if I'm not using glue, I really want to make sure I get as close to that edge as I possibly can. Okay. So now let's start taping this. I can't tell if I'm pulling the, okay, there we go. I was pulling the tape up. So the same thing here, and these little pokey tools are normally really good, except I'm trying to do this at a distance and I can't see. All right, just fold it over. There we go. And then we're going to do that on this side. And I'm just trying to get it in there without pulling my tape up. And I probably, you know, should have burnished the tape down real good, but that would have made way too much sense. Okay. And now let's do the other two sides. See, it actually comes together pretty quick, which I like that. All right, and one more. There we go. And now this one. Okay. All right, so now we have our two covers. I'm going to set those to the side. Now, let me pull my book back out. So we're here. So now we need the inside pages, and we need 3 cut at 4.5 by 12. Let me grab those. Okay, so there's my 3 that I've cut at 4.5 inches by 12 inches. And we're going to score those at 4.5 inches and at 9 inches. So let's go ahead and do that next. Get out the scoreboard. Okay, and so we're just going to lay this one down. And we are going to score at 4.5 inches. And then we're going to score at 9 inches. Okay. And we're going to do the next one the same way. 4.5 inches and 9 inches. And then this one is going to be the same way, 4.5 inches and 9 inches. Okay. I'm going to set this out of the way for right this minute. Now, because this is what I like to do, because sometimes, you know, when you're scoring and that kind of stuff, I just want to make sure that everything lines up. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to go ahead and line it up. And and then crease my my edges there. And so I'm doing the same thing this way, and we're just kind of folding it accordion style. So I just want to line it up there and then crease the edges. I want to make sure it's okay. So I'm going to set that one to the side. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. So I'm folding the big parts together, facing each other. Just making sure that it all lines up properly. And then the little part, I fold the white on the white. And this would work really good if you had double-sided paper, but I don't. Well, I do somewhere. I have a lot. I just, not in the colors that I wanted, okay? That's the truth of it. So I'm just trying to make sure that the, you know, the edges meet up, because I don't want it to look real wonky. It's liable to look wonky anyway, but the least wonky I can have it looking, the better. Okay, now let me go ahead and give you a little hint. Because I do like the little pull tabs in, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut a little pull tab in each of the short sides. And you will understand it in just a minute. And you don't have to do this. You don't even have to make these inner pockets if you don't want to. I just like them. Okay. So now I need to figure out, well, while I've got that, let me go ahead and do this. Okay, so we've done the inside pages. We've got the 3 pieces at 4.5 inches by 12 inches. So now we need the back page, and it's going to be shorter, and you will understand that. And so for the back page, you can score it at 4.5 inches, or you can just fold it in half. And because I'm being lazy, I'm just going to fold it in half. And just, you know, make sure it lines up there. Okay. Now, let me see which way these go up. So my mushrooms are going up that way. So this is, so let me do this, because I need to make sure I know which way is going up. So how you're going to do this is you need to pick which one you want to be your front and which one you want to be the middle. So we know that this one is the back, okay? So I think it's just going to look good just like this. And this is exactly right here. This is how it's going to be. You're going to take one of the big pieces, the squares, and you're going to put it right there, and that's going to come down on it. Then fold it over. And it's the same thing. We're going to put the big piece in under that short flap and fold it down on it. And then same thing with the back, big piece, and fold it down on it. Now you can put as many pages in here as you want, but we're just going to do these. So that's why I cut this one at 9, because if I'd wanted to do another one, I would have done it at the 12 and then scored it at the 9 inch, and then we would have had this flip over. But we don't need that flip over. So that's why, because this is going to glue down. See there? Okay. So let's go ahead and glue our first flap down. So I am just going to take, and it looks like I have my, well, they're flying every direction, so we're good. Okay. So I am just going to look at it. I'm just going to take some glue here. And I'm going to glue this really good. Now, I did try to do this with the score tape, but the score tape is not forgiving at all. Once you put it down, it's down. And I wanted to be able to place this properly. So I did not like using score tape for this. Okay. So I'm just trying to line it up to where I have about the same amount all the way around. And I'm not going to mess with it much because I don't want it shifting. Okay. And we're going to leave it at that. Now, I'm going to take my second page and I'll show you the cheat way how I do that. I'm just going to take this like right here. Make sure I like it. Okay. Be careful about wiggling this. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit right down that fold. Then I'm going to put some on this side and on this side. Now how I like to do this is I like to turn it to where I can see it. And I can see that I'm letting it. Okay. Then I like to line it up. And I like to get it lined up and then I just close it down. Just like that. And it just makes it easier for me. And so now we have that one. And I'm just trying to make sure I'm not gluing everything down that shouldn't be glued down. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing with this one. I'm just going to slide it in, make sure everything looks good. Okay. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here, which that's really not as important, but I still just do it just to, and then I put a small bead of glue down each side. Okay. And then again, I'm turning it to face me. I'm just lining it up in there, making sure that everything's good and even, and then just closing it down. Just like that. So you can see the book is already starting to come together. All right, and now the last one. Same thing, we're just gonna putting it in there, make sure everything's looking good. Okay, and then we're gonna do the exact same thing. A little bit of glue right down through there. And then a little, and then I'm stringing it everywhere. And a little bead of glue here. And a little bead of glue here. Okay. And then again, I turn it this way. I line everything up. I'm thinking this way because I don't know. I think this is maybe all the same direction, but it just looked weird to me. And then once I get it lined up, I just do that. Okay. So now this is where we're at in our book. We've got the front cover, and as of right now, this is an accordion fold, and I can leave it like that, but I'm probably not. And I'll have to go in and, you know, I got glue everywhere. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to glue this onto the back cover. So I'm just going to take, I'm going to glue this really good, and I'll show you my trick on how I do the back cover. Okay, so I got plenty of glue. Now this is up, so this is how I do my back cover. I just take and I just line my covers up, and then I squeeze them. And that's how I put my back page on, because that way I know my covers line up. Okay. So technically the book is done. Let me see if I can, my glue is getting everywhere, but that's okay. So right now we have it where it opens like this. We have a pocket here. And so as of right now, it's just a big accordion, except for where my glue is like sticking to the edges of the paper, but that's okay. But let me see, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to glue these two together and leave this one open. But I want to have a pocket in it. So I'm going to come right here and I'm going to cut one of my little hook glues. Okay, and then I'm going to come right here. And I am going to glue around the 3 sides. You really don't have to do it here, I just do. And then right around the bottom, and then up this side. And then I'm just going to close it. Okay. So now we have this page closed and all of these open. And we have a little pocket right here. So while that's drying, and you definitely have to leave one of them open, because if you don't, you won't be able to open your book. All right, so this is going to be my next pocket, so I'm going to just cut a little hole there. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing that we just did. And I'm just gluing right down through here, and along the bottom, and right through here. And then I close it. Okay. Now, we probably will not be decorating this tonight. I do have some more pieces to show you, the different measurements for a couple of different other different things for the book. But what I wanted to do tonight was to at least get on here and show you how to get the base of your book together. So that's what we've done. And then in tomorrow's video, I will show you how I've done the different pockets and this kind of stuff, how I've done the flip. I'll give you the measurements for that flip. But this is where we're at for now, guys. So enjoy. Let me know if you make one of these, or 2 or 50. Like I said, these are great little Christmas gifts, stocking stuffers, birthday gifts, anything like that. So just let me know, and I will see you guys tomorrow when we finish this one up. So talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.